Hey everybody, and welcome back to My Liege, the game where you play as the head of a lesser house in medieval Europe, trying to survive the political maneuverings of your neighbors, as well as the Black Death, which has been decimating my people. If you haven't been watching the series so far, each week you make decisions based on what you think is most important to the continued survival of your house. You don't actually carry out the actions, you just give the orders. And, those orders actually ended up with me being assassinated a couple of episodes ago. And now I've taken on the role of my sister, who is both trying to solve my murder as well as guide my son as he becomes the head of the house. So let's jump back in with episode 10 of My Liege. All right, so we left off at the end of June, and we're looking like we're in pretty good shape right now. If you look up here in the right, the plague is going down, our morale is high, our military is high, our honor is high, our gold is high. The only issue we have here is with food, which, I think we can be okay. We can buy some, and hopefully we get enough sick people back that we can make up for it. Cure for plague. That's kind of odd. What kind of cure for plague? Seeing a crowd gathering in the market square, you go to check it with Lord Geek and a couple of guards. There's a merchant on a box commanding the crowd's attention. From the wagon and gear beside them, they appear to be a merchant from out of town. They hold aloft a small gleaming bottle, the contents of which shimmer in the sun unnaturally. My daughter, she has not eaten in days. Can it really rid her of plague? No, it can't. But of course, good woman, this elixir has cured kings and queens. What be the worth of thy daughter's life? For a mere handful of coin she shall live and laugh once more. Why do people always try and take advantage of other people's tragedies? Yeah, we're going to shut this merchant down and accuse them of fraud, man. I hate people. I really do. Sometimes they just disgust me. A hush comes over the crowd as guards head to the stage to evict the merchant. The people struggle, and the likes of you prey on them for their last coins. Get thee out of my sight. The merchant hurriedly packs their gear, frightened the guards will do it for them. Some of the crowd cheers for you, seeing the truth. Others shout obscenities, holding on to hope for a simple cure. There is no simple cure to the Black Plague. All right. Investigation due soon. What is this? What does this mean? I love my flamingo crest. As your investigation continues, there is little time remaining before the High Lord expects you to return with proof. You only have this turn and the next to investigate leads. Oh, well, that would have been useful information earlier on. I didn't know we only could investigate so many leads. Okay, so we only have time to pursue 2 leads. I think the first thing we should do is try and search for the assassin's friend. If they kept meeting with somebody, we need to know who that was. That may lead us back to who was responsible for my death. It's a weird thing to say. The search for the assassin's friend starts off slow. The stable hands knew of the person, but they weren't from Geekton, and they don't know a name. My lord, they never talked to us, yet I remember they always had a dark green cloak on. Never seen something like that before. After thanking them for the info, you continued the search throughout town, looking for anybody that knew of somebody matching that description. Nah, my lord, I know not. Too many traders from the farms with food for winter to notice somebody. I'm sorry, my lord. I try not to spend time with the outsiders. Bad luck with the plague and all. With hope dwindling and a dead end facing yourself, a stroke of luck comes in the form of a fruit trader from the edge of town. Hi, that green cloak trader from the rural farm. I seen him. Got a small amount of berries from him. I know not who they serve, yet they come by every fortnight. Like to see them in a week from now, late afternoon most likely. A trader from outside of thy lands, meeting regularly with the assassin. It seems like they bring more than just berries to the town when they visit. With nothing left but to wait till they are in town again, you tell the merchant to keep an eye out for them, and make your way back to the keep. Yeah, if we can get our hands on this guy and keep them alive long enough to find out who they're working for, we might get a little bit closer to figuring this out. Okay, the plague is continuing to go down. I think we have made it through the worst of the plague. Look at that. 3 more farmers are back at work. We're down to 3 people. There is hope for us. Oh, the poachers. Yeah, we sent out guards last episode. One of the hunters from before is waiting in the courtyard by the barracks to give a report. My lord, thanks to thy efforts, we have seen no sign of the poachers that were once stealing game from the North Woods. The cowards have not shown their face since it was announced the noble house had taken notice. Whilst it would have been satisfying to see them pay for their crimes, we yet have the woods to ourselves again. Thank you. Yeah, that was a case of I'm not sure if they were just taking advantage of the situation or if they actually were just probing our defenses. Either way, we let it be known that we're on top of our own security here in Geekton. All right, so this is the last time I'll be able to do something, right? So I can't investigate others at a later time. Oh, so this is my only choice now is to encounter the assassin's contact. I won't be able to do any of the other stuff. Well, that's frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice and hope that this guy is the answer to all of my questions. The green cloaked trader. The sun hung low in the sky over the dusty marketplace of Geekton as Abigail Geek waits, hood drawn at the edge of the square. Eventually, your patience pays off as the green cloak fluttered into view, moving through the locale. The trader, carrying a heavy satchel of good, looks just like any other merchant. You overhear the vendor they converse with call them Jeb. When they finish at the furthest stall, you step directly in their path, interrupting their retreat. All right. Let's start off nice. We don't have to go in guns blazing at this point. That may just provoke them to do something rash. Thou art not from around here. I make an effort to know who we trade with. Nice to meet thee. Nay, thou know thy people well. I work out in the rural farms and make do peddling mine goods. They clutch their satchel to their side as they study you. Well, given these 2 choices, I think it's time to just jump straight to the point. Let's skip the pleasantries. I know you have been working with them. Now you are going to tell me everything. That will need to be more specific. I work with many people. Let's demand to search their bag for evidence. I know thou hast more than just food in thy bag. A letter, perhaps, from thine patrons? Thou art too involved with the wrong people to hath clean hands. Jeb's expression falters until he resigns himself to hand it over, clearly not willing to deny a noble over the contents. Inside, buried under produce, is a stash of scrolls and notes, sealed with a wax bearing neither sigil nor house color. It is all just business. I know not what the letters contain. Most are not meant for people in Geekton anyway. Picking through the scrolls, you find one of interest. Disorder breeds opportunity. Keep the valley in chaos and Geek in check. More will follow. Someone wants your house to fall deeper into turmoil. No crest or name, but reeking of noble interference. All right, let me see your ledger of trade partners, buddy. I do not think I will be allowing that. I apologize, my lord, but I must be going. You ain't going nowhere, buddy. No. Thou is coming with me. I hath more to know from thee. Oh, now I believe thou hast made a mistake. Yeah, really. If you think you can arrest me without a fight, you're wrong. A figure steps from the shadow, an armed bodyguard. Concealed until now, weapon drawn, they take a step in front of the trader. You are armed, yet there are no guards available for help. Yeah, but, you know what? I have already proven during the joust that I can kick butt. Drawing thy sword, you stare down the bodyguard. You really want to do this? It should be known, I am not afraid of a fight. The clash is brief yet fierce. Steel rings out through the market, and with a swift strike, you cut down the bodyguard who hits the ground with a grunt. Now, as I said, you are coming with me. All right, so we have the guy that the assassin was meeting with, who's been delivering the instructions. Now we need to find out who gave him the instructions. All right, so we're going down into the prison with the head of the Whispers, my spy master, to find Jeb. Jeb, thou hast been caught within thine own web of deceit. Yet your life need not end in pain. Speak truth, and thou shalt find refuge within Geekton from whomever wishes thee to remain silent. Jeb, caught off guard by the offer, stammers that they will speak the truth for your mercy. The assassin, tell me about your relation and arrangement. We go back years. They were just another worker when I met them. But they knew people above our station and got mixed up in their schemes for promises of riches. They were good at being invisible. Nobody suspected a thing. I did not participate in the scheming. I was simply the delivery man to get messages to them. I never read them, else I would have known we needed an out. Who did you deliver messages for? Who gave orders to the assassin? I trade all over the valley, yet my name must have been whispered to those in need of discretion because I had many who want more than just produce delivered. You can check my logbook. I visit Ridgemont most, and have the most messages from there. I know not who. They operate secretly and have me delivered to hidden caches rather than people. Dead drops for whisper ears to pick up. I will want to know of these caches later. The ones from my friend, the assassin, those come from Stockholm. It was never the same person to meet me, but they insisted I come here urgently to deliver to the assassin. Sometimes it was messages, sometimes it was money, but always unmarked. Their logbook backs up these claims. Every Stockholm visit was followed by a stop in Geekton, including this current trip. I will want to read all of the messages thou hast now. Reviewing the letters, there is much that makes little sense, but Magmadius appears engrossed in the details. Very interesting. It appears there are quite a few rats amongst us. After searching the rest of the contents, you return to threatening note from before. Disorder breeds opportunity. Keep the valley in chaos, keep Geek in check. More will follow. This note, who was it meant for? Studying the letter, they check a cryptic note on their schedule to confirm. They had not a name, just a location, a cache I had not used before. They show the Whisperhead a spot on a crudely drawn map. Curious. Why continue contact after the assassin is dead? There must be others involved still. We shall have to find out who knows of this cache. 'Tis a grim thought, the possibility that the assassination was just part of a bigger plot. Of course it was. We knew that. The room falls into silence. There is nothing more to be gained from Jeb the informant. Ooh. They answered everything, and every answer points to House Stock. Lordsman Geek, I believe it is time to go soon. What is to be done with them? Oh. Despite promising safety, the Whisperhead stands quietly aside as Jeb's face becomes frantic and he pleads for your mercy. Oh, I want to kill him. I want to kill him. So bad. But honor is everything for House Geek, as we've said before. We're going to keep our word and let the little slime ball live. Quite the story to tell. 'Tis would not be strange for a trained spy to lie to protect their true employer. Dost thou trust this one for their word? Even if the evidence is a lie, it is damning and powerful. It's up to you to decide whether or not to use this evidence when meeting the High Lord. Oh, guys, I don't know. I mean, up till this point, we've kind of been leaning towards this being Lord Carlbridge who was responsible. But I've never, and I've said this before, really trusted Stockholm either. I think she's playing games too. I mean, even the High Lord said that, you know, if either one of those houses gained more power, it would plunge everybody into turmoil. And that's why we are so important in between the two of them. So, I mean, the evidence points to Stockholm, but the heart thinks Carlbridge. Lordsman Geek of House Geek, 'tis good to see thee in good health. I have assembled my closest advisors to hear thy findings in the investigation into the untimely murder of your sibling. Standing beside the High Lord are familiar faces. 2 of the 3 High Lord's swords are in attendance, Sir Godfrey Mallister and Sir Mary Bennington. The High Steward is also present, Harold Bennington, ready to record your evidence. The murder of a noble lord is a wound upon the Western Valley, and justice has yet to be recognized. Tell me, hast thou found cause to lay blame upon any house for this treachery? All right. Decision time. And this may be the hardest decision we've had to make in this game. Do we accuse House Stock, where the evidence points? Do we accuse Carlbridge, who we don't trust? Or do we do the honorable thing and decline to accuse anybody? You guys, let me know down in the comments what you think I should do. And one last thing I want to point out is why were only 2 of High Lord Bennington's sworn swords present? I just find it strange, and it makes me wonder, could this be part of a bigger plot? Maybe to overthrow the High Lord himself? I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Anyway, that's where we're going to end this episode of My Liege. If you guys are enjoying it on the channel, hit that like button to let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It helps us to grow the channel, and you never miss an episode of My Liege. We'll be back tomorrow with another video for you. Thanks for watching.